Hey guys. Hey. How have you been? Guys, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for being here. Wanted to hop on and check in with you guys. How are you doing? Yeah, I know, right? The last time we talked, I had like this energy of we're getting it together. And listen, I love these cards for us. I say for us. These came out this morning when I was kind of like excuse me, when I was in my own personal time, kind of feeling into the energy of the week, drawing cards for myself. And I just love the cards. You know, we always love the unfolding path. We love this deck. Anytime I use it in one-on-one work or anything, this deck is so beautiful. Um, but I do love the energy. Of course, we're going to have the sun in Aries. If there is one sign you've probably heard of a lot, whether it's a little bit of astrology. Oh, our candle went out. Okay. It's a little bit of astrology or a lot of astrology that you've heard enough about Aries, I'm sure. So we had a stellium, so many planets in Aries energy. We had our total solar eclipse in Aries energy. Our North Node is in Aries energy. The full energy. This is all the new beginnings. It's kind of Aries is the cardinal fire, Aries is very much when you enter into the zodiac wheel, it is kind of it's a very beginner's mind. It's very if like right now we have Mercury retrograde, Mercury also retrograding in Aries, we is very beginner's mind. And so I love to see the Fool's card. We could talk about the Fool, and we could really make it applicable to timeline, collapse and reset, mental renewal, a lot of epiphany type energy. Spirit is saying a total clean slate, in the mind. I love to see that for us. I also drew the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups, with the lotus flower energy also reminds me of the crown chakra, as many would say is your 1,000-petaled lotus, but obviously there's a lot of heart chakra energy here. The dove and then the golden energy. With the dove and the heart, of course, we are going to be working our way up to, in 5 days? It's on the 20th, right? Our big Jupiter and Uranus conjunction. Both are in Taurus. It is a beautiful energy. We'll talk about that in a couple of days when we get closer to it. And then we also have the High Priestess, that came out this morning. And I sat with these cards, I was like, wow, these are all so applicable, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, and how if you go back to the full moon in Libra that opened up our eclipse portal, we were still in so much Piscean energy. And Pisces energy. And then also you'll hear kind of like a lot of energetic talks, astrological, spiritual, however, whatever what Spirit is saying, you got to have a salad bowl these days. So I like that. Whatever's in your salad bowl. And it's kind of like Jupiter and Uranus conjunction will be working up to, it's unexpected new ways that our mind is expanding, our spirit is expanding. And Taurus, I will always tell people, I've always seen Taurus as myself with a North Node in Taurus. So it rules a lot of stuff for me in my own natal chart. So I feel it. I feel Taurus, although yes, you're right. I have a lot of Aquarius. In fact, I have an Aquarius stellium, and sometimes they bump heads because the Taurus in me, wants to become like the stubborn bull. And then Aquarius is like, no, we're going to ride off in the spaceship and we're already light years ahead of everyone. And the Taurus is like, no, none of that's going to matter if you can't put your feet down on the ground. We've got to work this garden here. Okay. What am I hearing in Taurus? And he's like, oh, if you know, you guys. Shout out to people who listen to country music or from the South or whatever. Y'all, what was it? You got to stand for something or you fall for anything. I can't remember y'all who sang it. I can't remember all the words, but he had this line. It was like a puppy on a string. Y'all, oh gosh. Never compromise what's right and uphold your faith. Anyway, so country. Y'all, I'm not mad at it, though. It's not a terrible message. Anyway, I love as we work through, well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but like, I did feel a big release as we, maybe you would say, jump through the, what is it, y'all, Nemo? The ring of fire, 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 right? Ooh, it ain't gonna be the last. Spirit said it wasn't the first, ain't gonna be the last. Remember, we're on our, what if you're a Harry Potter fan? Harry Potter fans like, what the heck? Why am I brain farting on the, what the heck, y'all? Anyway, listen, we'll be moving through the hoops. Remember, we talked about 8-8 portals, timeline jumping, loops of time, evolution of our perception and experience of time speeding up, time slowing down, our understanding of our perception and the choices that we show up with, how they shape our own experience of time, right? So we have all these interesting concepts going on, and I know that I really did feel a huge collective release, whether it was collective, feeling like collective was crying. Collective finally said, oh, thank goodness. Like I was feeling all these energies, and it was a big release. And so now I feel like almost, and let me know if you feel the same, I feel really tired. It's like a come down from the total eclipse, right? But I think it's very beautiful. The high priestess will support us as we prepare to enter our new paths and whatever they look like, our new timelines look like for us. Although I really do feel like collectively we made a huge shift, and our hearts and our minds were in agreement, and I'm so excited for that. But the high priestess, I think, supports just making sure that you are getting into ritual and meditation in a way that you know how, that feels good to you, that is supportive to you. I think that it is very important for, you would say, maybe transmutation and integration after we've moved through this such a huge portal of energy. Mercury is retrograding in Aries. We need just downtime, in nature. And again, we always talk about how we can all do meditation in different ways that works for us. But I think it's very good for us to all, in occulted teachings that go a lot deeper than some of these tarot decks, the Fool actually represents simplicity in its purest form, purity of breath, purity of energy, purity of silence. And so when we see the Fool, although we know that we are being prepared for new beginnings, see the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess and the Fool are like return to the breath, return to a purity of mind space. So to me, that's like ritual, breath work, meditation, and is like literally connecting. I would encourage you to try to connect to meditation in a way where you are sitting and disconnecting from, you would say, the monkey mind. And maybe that is through breath work. Maybe that's through a guided meditative sequence. Maybe that just looks like for you walking in nature. I will say, if you struggle, and I've had years of practice. In the beginning, I used to really, really struggle to listen. I would say it probably took me a couple years of steady practice to really improve on certain forms of meditation. But what I found really helpful, and sometimes still, you can get into these cycles, and it's just like, I just can't sit down and tap in. But listen, even if you set a timer for 2 minutes, set a timer for 5 minutes, whatever you need to do. And any time that you can do that right now, it's going to contribute to the collective calm, the collective peaceful state, as we are all kind of working on integrating, transmuting, maybe even for some grieving, just a lot of big energy. So, but what I was going to say, though, is it used to really help me in the beginning is I would just walk in nature, and really anything you can focus on. Maybe for you that you're like, wow, flute music in whatever form just puts me in a space, or maybe it's shamanic drums, or what is it, the solfeggio, or the different frequentials that you can listen to. And then you know, again, whatever maybe ritual looks like for you. We have a lot of water and watery colors present. And there's really been collectively a lot of Lemurian and Atlantean energies, guides, animal spirits, and in my own experience anyway. And I've seen other things that other people have shared that confirm that. But if you understand, you know, there are always past, present, well, I would say there are always future versions, past versions. Maybe we would call them spirit guides or ancestors. But because everything is so quantum, you know, Atlantis is right here with us in this moment as we kind of experience this leap that is so important. Maybe versions of yourself that were in Atlantis or Lemuria or these different things you may resonate with. Either way you go about it, and again, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, we were working with a lot of Pisces energy. But Saturn in Pisces, sorry, Saturn in Pisces, guys, is you know, the Lord and the gatekeeper of time and karma, and you know, the dissolution of a lot of timelines in the past, so that when Saturn gets ready to move out of Pisces, we'll be prepared. We will have, you know, spiritually and emotionally kind of done the work to inherit, maybe you would say, the new timelines. You know, there's a lot of energetic speak, astrological speak, spiritual speak about how, whoa, 2025 is going to be next level. So I think whatever work that we can do to grieve, to close, to release old loops, old patterns, old timelines, I don't know, Spirit is saying maybe for someone, old habits, we can prepare for that movement coming up next year. But, you know, that's a cycle that's so far away. I am excited to look forward to Jupiter and Uranus conjunction. And I'm so excited. I think it's a really positive thing that is coming up. But yeah, let me look at the week. I mean, yes, we are aware Mercury is still in Aries and we are in retrograde. Venus is still in Aries. I think, yeah, Venus is going to be in Aries until the end of the month. And again, listen, as we were saying before, the last one to move through the ringer, the last one to kind of bring up the caboose, we're talking about Mars is still in Pisces until April 30th. So that's divine masculine energy, you know, divine inspired willpower, what is it? The opposite of to be silent would be, you know, the will to do, you know, to do, I'm going to go out and do. But it's like we're waiting for that last, you know, Mars to come into Aries. It kind of completes the cycle of all those activations. But I think it's really good that we talked about, what were we saying? Mars and Pisces are very much like the spiritual warrior energy. And it's just kind of supporting even, you know, if you look at, what was the tool that I made recently? Was it a candle, you guys? Anyway, I had a small pop-up event this past weekend, and I made this candle, and I was just talking about the goddess, and I was talking about, you know, Persephone and Hades, Persephone Demeter, and it just made me think about her pomegranate, and just, again, with the Fool and the Ace and the High Priestess, that I've been kind of chilling with this energy since this morning, and the various things that I had to do throughout the day so far, is very much kind of like a renewal of inspiration, a renewal of, you know, strengthened intuition. But if we could say that the High Priestess was a very Saturn and Pisces energy, Neptune and Pisces energy, and then we could say that the Fool is a very Aries energy, we've got a lot of, and then the Ace of Cups in the middle. It's a lot of divine masculine and feminine balance and harmony, right? And remember, our South Node is still in Libra, right? So we are still with Chiron and Aries, passionate about our healing, yes. But we're still working on releasing those old karmic, old toxic, we've outgrown patterns in that Libra energy that are harmful, that throw maybe your body, maybe your emotions, maybe your mind, maybe your spirit out of balance and harmony. We're trying to also remember we're ridding ourselves of these. Mercury retrograde is wanting to say there's a lot of Metatron energy too. So if anyone works with Metatron, that's just, I see it so clearly, like the sigil in gold. But of course, I associate that a lot with Mercury retrogrades because I feel like that energy comes in and is like, remember we were talking about, okay, get in your capsule. We're going to do a cleanup. We're going to do a reboot. We're going to get those downloads. We're going to work on the integration. And it's like you're just asked to hold and pause. And it's just like, you know, let it do what it needs to do. Maybe that's your guides for you, your ancestors, your spirit team. If you do work with Metatron, maybe that's just nature. But yeah, it's a lot of divine masculine and feminine, or you could say right brain, left brain energy. I think it's really in our favor, though, that Mars is in Pisces while we're having this Mercury retrograde in Aries. So overall, I like the energy for us. I'm excited to see us move closer to Jupiter and Uranus conjunction. I'm sure any astrologer you tune into right now will be super excited about that too. But I think, like, you know, today is Monday, and I really think as we go through, where would that put us? Would that put us on Friday? Hold on. You're just like, dang, you can't count in the calendar. You know what? Listen, friend, okay? My brain doesn't work in Gregorian calendar all the time, so I gotta just be looking at it. I'm like, what is today, Monday? That would be this weekend. We're going to be working through this week up to the weekend of preparing to receive this beautiful energy in the collective of Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I don't know. You know, guys, I mean, we're always going to have these moments in retrogrades, especially Mercury retrograde. Venus is in Aries. Remember, we talked about the heart is excited. Things from the past may kind of come up. And crop up. I'd encourage you to have a lot of discernment this week. I think this week is going to be a little bit tired. I think we should just be able to sit and, again, you know, be in meditation. Try to fit in breath work. You know, I'm thinking of people who kind of are still, if you're in a corporate atmosphere, if you have, it's like, I got to do the 9-to-5 thing or the whatever. I remember in times in way different chapters of my life when I just kind of, maybe you would say, woken up to a whole different path. And I was like studying, and I was in classes, and I was in an apprenticeship, and I was just like, oh my gosh, when do I even do all this? Everything was so new, right? And I would have like 15-minute breaks, and I would just try to be outside and put something in my earbuds or whatever, you know, or just close my eyes, or even at best just, you know, don't ask me, y'all. I'm an Aquarius, like, heavily, and I'm super weird, and I happen to really enjoy my weirdness. So I'll sit on the grass, and sure as hell don't care. Sure don't. You know, I'm sure there were times in the corporate atmosphere where people are like, the fuck is she doing? Like, and I would be the first one to be like, I'm sitting outside, I'm trying to get grounded, you know. So don't ask me, but, you know, going outside is great to set the intention to ask in whatever way the Davic spirits and the energy of the, you know, Father, Son, the energy of the Mother Earth, you know, the spirits in the wind, you know, would assist you in whatever way. There's always creative, interesting ways to incorporate breath work, incorporate getting grounded in nature. If you are in a situation where you're doing the 9-to-5 thing, you're like, I gotta be where I gotta be all day. Okay. Like, I can't just be out wandering a state park. I don't know. I just think we it might be a little bit of a tired week. So I just hope that we're able to rest And for some reason, again, breath work just really keeps coming up. I also wanted to read to you guys, I really love this card that came out. And look, can we just, wait, the light, sorry, the light is super weird, but his name is Spirit Fox, and you can see him well enough. He's really pretty. Trust your talents in changing times. I felt like it was very accurate. The fox kind of gave me like fiery vibes, and it made me think of Aries season. But I wanted to read this card to you guys because I thought it was pretty awesome. I would say Spirit is just encouraging this, like if you need more sleep right now than you feel like you normally do, that's totally okay. Just please, honor your body right now. It's okay to slow down. We don't have to be in a hurry. All right, let's read Spirit Fox together from Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. The message is stay alert as change is in the air. Ooh-wee, ain't it? Listen, and I'm just saying, Jupiter and Uranus and that Taurus energy. We had the big total solar eclipse. We had earthquakes. We had the things that were happening on the water. I really feel like a lot of the energetics are moving through the ley lines. What else had I been contemplating? Yep, Lemurian and Atlantis energy, definitely. And it's like almost in a palpable, very, very thin veiled type of way that they are, I don't know, I don't know how to phrase it differently. Like they're with us. It almost feels like they're cheering us on, like passing the baton. But it's also like in spirit and energetics and in an ancestral way, they're in the energy of the earth. And it's like, in a very powerful and supportive way. Does that make sense? So I would not be surprised if you've been feeling your ancestors or a specific ancestor. Just they're very, very, very palpable in the collective. Okay, let me read this card to you guys. The Spirit Fox features my favorite animal of all time, the red fox, an amazingly resilient creature, able to survive in urban environments or the freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know what it's like to be hunted. For centuries, they have been sought for their precious fur when all they want is to survive. So the Spirit Fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, as urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in darker hours, the fox offers the medicine of blending in. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive in this shift. You're being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before. And this can make you feel on edge, definitely. But be open to the shifts occurring because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out of your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are, and trust in your talents in order to be the best that you can be in these changing times. I love that energy for us. I'm just kind of looking through this week's placements because why do I feel like, I would definitely encourage you, by the way, if you haven't been able to read up about the Saturn in Pisces, or I would say, Jupiter and Taurus, these are great placements to really kind of be understanding right now. But yeah, I think again, Mars in Pisces still with the Mercury in Aries retrograde. I think we're kind of, it's almost like Spirit is showing me, it's like you're getting new sets of glasses downloaded. Like you couldn't even see through these lenses before, but now you will have access to kind of change your, entire vision and change your, I don't know, for somebody, maybe that's a message that the entire vision is going to change. Spirit is saying, hold on, let me grab my other deck. But I was seeing it almost like, you had a bag and you were getting you were given It's like people who are colorblind, you know, and they get those new glasses for the first time and they're like, holy shit, and they see the world in color. It's like we're getting these new glasses. And it's literally like if the Atlanteans and the Lemurians and, you know, what, the Lyrians and the Pleiadians, they all, it was like team new glasses, and they built us these new glasses and sent them down to us through light codes. We have access to kind of like some kind of shift, some kind of renovation on literally how we see things, how we maybe even experience things through our senses. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde energy is super powerful. Super powerful. I would encourage you to be really mindful. I think we can find ourselves at times right now with this energy of wanting to kind of be ready to do something. I don't know, Spirit's like, do the thing. It's like we're ready to do the thing, but we're being encouraged to just be really mindful of the choices that we make and kind of like not push forward too quickly. What else do we have going on? Let's see, what date was that? Oh, shoot, is that today? Oh, I was thinking of Mercury conjunct Chiron, the North Node. But I was like, oh, no, that already happened in March. No. So Mercury will conjunct Chiron in the North Node. That will actually be today. And it kind of it kind of has to do... Well, you know, it doesn't matter about angles and all of that stuff. The point is that... I think that a lot of people will kind of be re-inspired when it comes to like, remember how I shared that writing? Was it right before the solar eclipse? I can't remember, but I kept saying something about remember your why. I think that Mercury retrograde in Aries conjunct Chiron, the North Node, is going to be like, whoa, I feel totally reconnected in a new and refreshed way to like what my soul mission, my soul purpose is. And it's kind of like all the wounds that I've been working on healing, all of the adjustments, all of the, I don't know, it's like cleansing. And again, I'm being taken back to that pod, like we're in a pod, and a lot of the patterns in our mind are literally being cleansed. Remember, in our mental space, Mercury, it's definitely a spiritual messenger. Maybe we will find that we are open and receptive in a whole new level, in a whole new way, like soul. I don't know, I'm hearing soul to soul. That could be new clairs, new gifts coming through, but it could also be like a more amped up, more passionate, very powerful connection to your spirit team and guides. I don't know about you, but I have been having a lot of like very audible, very, clairaudient experiences. That is very new for me. I'm not used to that. And so I'm trying to write down a lot of things. My dreams, once again, have started ramping up, but I'm like, a lot of times what will happen for me is, I'll hear things in the very early morning hours when I'm not fully out of sleep and it's an in-between state. And I've told you before, and you're welcome to try it. I will actually get, whether you have like some nice sound canceling, like some nice headphones, or maybe you've got the job on things or like the earbuds, whatever you have. When you just first, it's like you're so groggy you can barely even reach over and grab the headphones, and I'll play, like, I really try not to tap into like YouTube or anything, because that's kind of a lot of energy to be going into your brain. But anyway, to each their own. Follow your intuition, your guides, your discernment. But I'll put music, maybe soulfree, you know, maybe whatever, shamanic. I'll put something in my ears, or even those hertz are like programmed sound waves, you know what I'm saying? I'll put something in my ears, and then I'll set an intention, you know, let my spirit guides, my team and higher self for the highest and best good, you know, in love and light and trust, you know, whatever, how you set your intention, doze back off to sleep. But lately in this early morning space, and I've been working on this since last year, you guys, because a clairaudient experience has never been my thing, you know, but I was drawn to it. And so I thought, well, you know, it's like a muscle, right? Let's see what happens. And it's just really amped up. So I don't know if you guys, again, we're talking about Mercury Chiron conjunction right? And the North Node. So I feel like our minds are being aligned differently. I feel like we're going to have a strengthened, I'm hearing inner voice, like communication from the crown into the mind. We can ask our ancestors, God, our spiritual team, however you connect, in your art realm and your archetypes, asking for, spiritual quote unquote surgery, astral repairs, dream space, dream time repairs of, the mental body, especially with Mercury in retrograde, maybe you would choose, to work on the soul star, the crown chakra, or the third eye, and these things in this area. But of course, because we're in such a big wave of Aries energy, this can also be really helpful to ask for assistance in the solar plexus or the heart as well. But yeah, I feel like it's this whole, like, you're getting a new map of firmware. If you were the wetware, it's like your computer. Of course, we are the divine, sovereign, organic, most powerful, cannot be replicated. Spirit is saying we are that. Any AI, computer, anything like that doesn't compare to what we're capable of. We just tap in, and then we work it out like a muscle. And then we learn how to deprogram and continuously reprogram. And this is done in like a very organic, spiritual way. Spirit is... Oh, goodness. I don't know. You guys, if you're interested, feel free to ask, because there's a lot of like channel things where you can tap into like Pleiadians, or you can do like, there are people who do meditations that are guided with like working with angelic frequencies, sacred geometry, frequentials, and sounds in the backgrounds. This is what I mean by getting help with a deprogramming, but then also reprogramming. I think that's going to be a big thing that we want to work with in the spring, going towards the summer, but really as much as you can, especially taking advantage of the Mercury retrograde and some of these placements that we have going on around it. And we are still in that pocket, okay? This Mercury Chiron conjunction is happening at the 19th degree point. If you remember, that was the total solar eclipse, and Chiron was right there. We gonna say sitting in the pocket, right? With the sun and everything. You can definitely check out that chart. But that 19 degree point was really important. I'd encourage you to listen to, clairaudience, spiritual communication. Please be mindful, use discernment, and be aware of who is really just really trying to communicate with you, or I would say practice your energetic spiritual, you know how I feel about the good hygiene. No, it's not a dogmatic game of I've always got to protect myself against. No, I'm talking about hygiene. Do you get up and put on deodorant every day on your body because you're scared of a virus attacking your armpit? I don't know why Spirit just said it like that. I'm dead. What? But you don't. You know what I mean? Do you brush your hair and your teeth every day because you're scared that you're going to get a virus? No, that's just part of here's what Spirit is saying. The hygiene and the daily ritual and the daily practice develops because of the way that it makes your energy feel. You know what I'm saying? We all have our days, but let's say if you're a big person on eyeliner, Cleopatra, hello. I am. I don't know. I put nothing else on my face, but I'm going to have some eyeliner on. So let's say you do that because of the way that it makes your energy feel. Okay, this is what I'm talking about when I say be mindful of your spiritual hygienic routine. Okay, that's just like doing, feng shui in your house, or being mindful that you clean your house. Like, just because I got a tight, serious cleaning and maybe like smudging or whatever, however you handle your house energies, right? That don't mean it's because I think I'm going to have roaches every day. No, I do it because of the way that it respects the vibration of where I stay. But also because I do it out of gratitude for, the home space. I do it out of the way that it makes the energy feel. You get what I'm saying? I just want people to understand. We don't do a lot of things because it's like I'm stuck in a dogmatic loop of fear of what if I don't do it? No. We do it because of the way that it raises the frequential vibrations. And it's almost kind of like things won't even be called to really migrate up over here because it's just feeling too good. It's feeling too high. It's feeling too right. You know? Oop, is that Florida water? You know what? That's not my space. Then the energy's going to scoot on by. But anyway, let me digress off that point. I would also, so I was going to say, and not only be mindful of who you're in communication a lot with for the remainder of April, because we don't want to get wonky, jammed up frequencies when we have such a plethora of amazing energy being downloaded into us, okay? I would also say who is absolutely not at all, maybe due to no contact, maybe due to, I'm seeing Spirit showing me that meme with the big ass scissors, maybe for whatever reason, soulmate, karmic, we have all these titles we can choose from. Go on ahead, whatever resonates with you, I ain't going to judge you for nothing, okay? But, excuse me, if it's, you're like, I know that I point blank period on whatever levels, I won't talk to that person no more. They can't even access me to talk to me. If your mind is feeling, your mind, spirit, body may be feeling a lot of projected energy, whether it's in thoughts, whether it's in dream space, whether it's in this anxiety in my chest. I sure know it don't even belong to me. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. If you feel it, you know what I'm saying. Just, be on your spiritual maintenance, cleansing, releasing, vibrational game, because we don't want to be having old, stagnant, energetic frequencies, timelines, entities, low vibrational, these certain type of loops hanging out. It is like, we about to go in and dust the closet out. We may have a few bags sitting back there. We didn't realize we need to go ahead and get them out and donate them, just like your house, which is not a bad idea, by the way. Continue to work on your spring cleaning, by the way, because those type of things signal the universe and your guides and the energetics that you're ready for newness. Ooh, I need to get back on mine anyway. It's the same in your mind. Okay, the mental space, the mental body, the crown chakra, the third eye. This stuff is coming through very powerfully. What's interesting though? Look, in the Fool's card, there's something over her crown. It's a balloon. Here, there's literally like crowning gold over the dove and the cup, right? And then, of course, over the High Priestess, you have the triple moon. So it's interesting. There's a lot going on above the crown. And then, of course, all the water receptivity, like frequencies being charged differently. Water is a current for that, the alchemical current. Well, I was going to shuffle the Light Seers Tarot while we were chatting, just to see. But I think we really got a lot, excuse me, from these cards that I already had, that I felt so much strong energy coming off of this morning. Let me shuffle a little bit more. Spirit guides, ancestors, team, Father God, geez, what does not want me to call in my guides? Not today, friends. Father God, Mother Goddess, Divine Source Energy, Great Spirit that runs through all things and connects all things in love. Okay, see, listen, what did we not just pull this at the last reading? Knight of Pentacles energy. We gonna still be over here about our business. We know that the work that we are called to do requires determination. We know how to grow through things in cycles. What did we keep saying in the last we kept saying it's safe for me to expand. Fool card, very expansive. Ace of Cups card, expansive energy. Knight of Pentacles coming through with that Jupiter and Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, saying it is safe for you to expand. Go on ahead and do that emotional body, spiritual ritual type, spiritual hygiene. Again, meditation. Remember we said breath work. If anyone is interested in reading the deeper interpretations of the Fool, I would love to send you information so that you can educate yourself about that. It's very powerful. If you want to work with any type of sacred geometry, all you got to do is visit my Facebook business page, or I share a lot of stuff there, or if you're a part of any of my event groups, sometimes we'll share stuff there, but I'm happy to share if you're looking to work with sacred geometry or archangels or, the pillar of light. What is this card? And look at the world, as we were just talking about sacred geometry. Yep, go ahead and call in your pillars of light. All right, there's our sacred geometry. We were talking about Metatron. If you put all the pieces on this card together, it comes pretty close to building Metatron's cube, which is tattooed on my leg that I'm looking at. Yeah, we're the energetic cycles are definitely completed. We're ready for renewal. The flower of life is here. The flower of life is a great piece of sacred geometry to set the intention to make sure that you are connected and fully embodied and grounding into the 5D crystalline earth grid. Yeah, very powerful. Definitely meditation. I wish you could see this fox card better, the way the light is though, but he almost has like these prints on his fur. And they look like glyphs or sigils, almost like, does the fox have sacred geometry on him? I wish you could see that. Maybe I'll get his head in the picture somehow. But this is the message that I have for you today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, all right? Take good care of your mental. Take good care of your energetic boundaries this week. Rest up, okay? Work on your breath work, your meditation. Be out in nature, all right? I love you. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to talking to you soon, guys. Bye.